Hi everybody, Tom Willard here with the info video. This info video I'm excited to share with you because this is application in action. This was in our trading room today. Now I'm not going to mention the date today because this video is going to be up for a long time and it's going to be up for many years for people to use, so the day doesn't matter. But this was stuff we did in our live free trading chat room today. So I want to share this with you. I'm going to leave the names of the stocks out. You guys can figure it out. Those of you guys that have been in the room know what we traded today. But anyways, let me continue because this is going to be a vital, awesome a lesson on how to use gaps to find great trading ideas. So let's get rolling. Before we get started, please read this trading and investing disclaimer. Feel free to pause the video here if necessary. All right, welcome back. All right, today the market was gapping down. The market was looking weak. There was a lot of news overseas. It was causing some hubbub and some hand wringing. And I went through in my pre-market and looked at everything. Stuff I had scanned the previous night, stuff that was gapping up, stuff that was gapping down, and the majority of things were gapping down. But there were a couple stocks here, stock A and B, to remain anonymous, that were gapping up. And you'll see here that there are beautiful gap ups here. And this is after the day is over. So you'll see the ranges. But the gap here on this candle was up to this area here on the red bar here, or this red bar. And the other gap here on this stock B was right here to this line. Now, you look to the left, there's so many things here that we teach, and I don't have time to cover it all in this video. But the majority thing I want to point out is the fact that, you know, these things have sold off. They're gapping up into a void, and of course, remember the relative strength issue, right? The market is weak. People are worried about the market coming back down, and these were gapping up and kind of showing that they may be marching to their own drummer. So we wanted to put this on the list, and actually I had two stocks on my entire list to focus on for long in the early morning, and it was these two stocks. Okay, so let us continue. Stock A here. This is the 2-minute chart. Now, I don't want to get into the details, but you'll see here it pulled in, right, and created this whip, and we were able to play this thing right up in this area here for a nice move. Now, a more advanced trade would have been down in here on this retest, right? And again, there's a lot of details here, but we played this move here, got a nice little move on it, and it's all based off of the gap and the relative strength. Now, the market had moved up this particular day and then came crashing down later. And a lot of people, you'll see the time frame here, 10:30. We took this decent move here, and we also made sure not to add to the position above 11 because we were getting extended and the market was getting tired. And actually, the market came right back down. And you'll notice from the previous slide, if you rewind, that this stock topped out in this area here, went a little bit higher and then came down. So that's the key: is you have your plan, you get in your trade, you take it. You take your shares, you know, on 1,000 shares, you would have made $300-400 on this thing, okay? You take your trade, you ride it out, and you manage it to your plan, and you get out, and you don't marry the stock. So this is one example, but stock B was the big winner of the day. Now I want to show you on stock B here. Here's the 2-minute chart, and this is, to scale, is a lot. These are a lot bigger moves, okay? Because of the gap was so significant. So this particular stock here came up originally off the initial gap, came down, retested the area twice, and got higher. And we actually got in right here on the second retest here. And again, you can X-ray down to a 1-minute chart if you want to. I suggest you stick with the 2s and the 5s. We found a way to get on the 2 here and ride this thing up. And this was also a wonderful trade, and it went right to the target, because what we teach is like resistance points are where people sold off, points of pleasure and points of pain. Well, obviously the people that were up in here and got filled on the long side were in pain through this whole time. When they got back up here, a lot of times people say, hey, get me out, I'm back to break even. And so there's usually a lot more supply in that area. Now that's a whole other video completely, but I want to share that's how we set some of our targets from time to time. In this particular case we did, and we were able to knock out some great profits on these two trades. And this was a very whippy and sloppy type day. There were a lot of issues that were spready, jumping around, and it only takes 1 or 2 ideas, guys. Using gaps can help you find these great ideas, or using my overnight scans. And again, we find these. This is not an anomaly. These are things that happen almost every day in the market. So come into the trading room. You come into the chat room and check it out. We go through these. I look at all the ideas that are thrown out there. If you've got ideas on stuff you're swinging or want to day trade, share those in the room. And we got a whole community of individuals in there with varying levels of experience that love to take a look and come join in on the profits that we're making on great trades like this, on a great trading day like today, that actually probably most people struggle with because of the fact it was so slippery and dynamic, and a lot more challenging from a spready thinness based perspective, and a lot of whip. Feel free to visit my site to sign up for other free trading tips and programs. I want to thank you for visiting me. Thank you for watching this video. I'm always available. Hit me up with an email or visit my site again, www.tomwillardtrading.com. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you in the next info video.